Thank you for the nice introduction, Raju. The dignitaries on the dais, Padma Shri, Mr. Rao, my good friend Dhanapal, and the other dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and fellow company secretaries, friends. Let me at the outset thank the organizers for inviting me also to be one of the participants here in this wonderful function of releasing the book authored by a good friend of mine, S Dhanapal. Before going into the book per se, I would like to touch upon a couple of things about Dhanapal as a person. I know him for almost 2 decades. He is a lawyer and a company secretary. We had the opportunity of working together in one of the companies. Though it is a brief period, I was able to observe the qualities and the capabilities of Mr. Dhanapal, and I told my colleague that one day you will become a big company secretary, and we are going to watch that. And that has happened. Dhanapal is basically as a person is a very calm, composed, quiet, and that is his qualities. His capabilities, he is very hardworking, sincere, and industrious person. And that has made him to be sitting here before the August gathering with a wonderful book that he has authored, of course with support of all his team members. He has got distinct advantage of having practiced as a lawyer and a company secretary. Therefore, he is able to address the other people as a true professional. He also had the opportunity of seeing the other side of the corporate world. He had the occasion of heading the legal department of a big company, and in that process, he was able to acquire extensive knowledge, particularly on the Properties Act, particularly on the law relating to properties and the Companies Act. Now, he has acquired the knowledge as a professional and also the person who is enjoying the services of the professionals. That has given him enormous amount of expertise and knowledge. Today, he not only understands the problem of the professional, he understands the problem of the company, the corporate world. And he would be in a better position to interpret the provisions of law, not only as a true professional, but also the person who implements that. Having worked several years in the corporate world, it will be easy for him, it will be an added advantage for him. And therefore, what he is today is because of his hard work. The other thing is, I always feel that knowledge, one has to strive hard to acquire knowledge. Many people, they work hard and acquire knowledge, but they don't use it. Many people try hard, acquire the knowledge, they use it only for themselves. There are very few people who acquire knowledge, use it not only for themselves, but for the public at large. And he is one among them, and the result of that is not only this book. I have been seeing the last few years that he has been actively participating, he has been actively engaged in organizing various seminars and get-togethers and symposiums. He doesn't stop there. He goes to all the professional bodies and addresses them. Not only with the professional bodies, he also addresses various business associates like Madras Chamber of Commerce and Association and MMA and institutions like that. So he is able to utilize the knowledge and expertise that he has derived, and he also believes, like what I also believe, that knowledge will have to be shared, not to be stored. And the result of that is a wonderful book that he has presented before all of us today, released in the hands of Mr. Raghavendra Rao. I had an occasion to go through the book a couple of days back. Normally, I have also gone through the Companies Act. I was also instrumental as a member of the Central Council during 90 to 98 and 99. And we struggled to move the new Companies Act, and it has taken so many years for us to see the new act. It has come last year. And all of us, we are aware that this is the largest legislation that we have today. And it's very difficult for someone to go through that, particularly having gone through the Companies Act in the last about 50 years, going through a different provision, different act, different rule, different regulations. It's a little bit difficult. For a person like me, we don't find time to go through everything in detail. But Dhanapal has organized the book in such a way, they structured the book in such a way that anybody who wants to refer any particular thing, this book acts like a ready referencer. Supposing I wanted to go through the provisions of the appointment of directors, the responsibilities and duties, and what will happen if they don't follow, just refer to the particular chapter and you have everything there. You do not need to waste your time to go through all the provisions of all the sections, all the rules and all the regulations. You don't need to go through. Just refer the particular chapter and then open that. You have all the things like a ready reckoner. He has also done like that for various, for example, the related party contract. People don't understand what is the meaning of that. He has very nicely presented it, and people like me, I don't claim to be an expert company secretary because I lost my knowledge in the last about 20 years. I'm a little away from the institute because of my business commitment. I'm able to attend some of the seminars and able to acquire little bit knowledge. Even for me, I had the opportunity of going through last night the book. It gives me a courage that I can go through the book in the next couple of weeks' time completely, and I will be in a position to advise others. And that courage I have gained because of the knowledge which I was able to get in just a couple of hours' time when I'm going through the book. If I can do that in a period of 2 hours, if I'm able to go through this book for a couple of weeks, I'm sure that I'll be able to become another expert like many of you. So this is the courage that one gets after going through the book, because he has arranged in such a way that there's an answer for every query, and you don't need to go through all the provisions, references, rules and bylaws. And he has not only stopped there, various notifications that the new Companies Act has. He has also mentioned what has been already notified and what has not been notified. He has also mentioned when the notifications come into effect. So we don't need to go through the entire Companies Act per se. It gives enormous opportunity, it gives enormous support for a person who reads the book. I personally believe that this book will be more useful for the students. I would very earnestly urge upon all of you to communicate this to the concerned the institute like Company Secretary, Chartered Accountant, Cost Accountant and other institutes to keep the book in the library, therefore the student will be able to avail the benefit of this book. This book will also be very useful for the professional who don't find time to go through the book, the entire act. They can keep it as a ready referencer. I'm sure Mr. Ramanathan will agree with me that even people like us in the company, this book is going to be immensely useful because our people will be able to go through the book and then advise us properly. So this book is not only going to be useful for the students, for the professionals, for the executives, but also public at large. Anybody who wants to start a company, you need not go through all these things. You can just refer this. You'll get the basic idea before going to a company secretary for him to get the company incorporated. You will get a clear idea about what a company really means for him and what are the various issues related to formation of the company and running a company. So in all, if you go through the book, we are really delighted to go through the way in which he has organized the structure. It is easy for a person to understand, and it is easy for the person to understand the provisions of law, easy for the person to understand and also the application of various provisions of the Act. And it doesn't stop there. Many of us, people like me, who have been using the Companies Act 1956 for quite some time, it will be difficult for us. We always refer the section for referring a particular subject. For us, for our guidance, he has also referred the new Companies Act, the same provision in the old Companies Act 1956. It is easy for us to correlate that. I think yes, at the end of the book he has given that comparison of what is the relevant provision, relevant section in the old act, for each section what they are doing in the new act. So therefore you don't need to go through various provisions. By just referring the particular thing, you will see what is the relevant provision in the old act and what is the new provision, what are the new sections. So in all, to sum it up, this book is a wonderful compendium. The book is a wonderful work authored by our friend Dhanapal. And I'm sure you will not stop there, knowing him full well. He is not going to stop only with this book. He is going to bring many more books. And I would only request in the next revised edition, many of us who are assembled here, I'm sure that we will be able to give some suggestions. Those suggestions, I'm sure, will definitely be received by Mr. Dhanapal in the right way and then incorporate in the future edition that he is going to bring out. I would appreciate the wonderful work done by Mr. Dhanapal. I would also at the same time request him not to stop here. Please carry on the work that you are doing and bring many more books like this, and that will be very useful for the public at large, the society at large, and all of us wish you good luck, and we pray the God to give you the required help and required time for you to bring many more books like this. Once again, I thank you very much for Sridhanya for inviting me and giving me an opportunity for being amongst you. And I'm very grateful to the people who have given me the opportunity. And once again, wish Dhanapal all the very best in his career. Thank you very much.